Alright, we are back in my world. Current plan for today's episode. First off, I'm going to show you Villager Breeder we finished up. I need to fix that gap in the stats, but it hasn't mattered yet. I ended up adding this little anyways, I had a little chimney made out of deep slate. Threw a campfire in there for smoke. I might throw a little something in the pit for the villagers to make it look like there's a fireplace or something. But for now, it functions. I have hella villagers. And go over to show off another thing I built off camera. I built up an iron farm. Should be enough for whatever I need for the rest of my time in this world. I think the rates are like 1,800 an hour, is what the video said. It's just one of the ones where you just dig a big old hole in the ground, put some villagers, and scare me with a villager. Yeah, coming up on it here. Let's see. Eventually, I'm going to first off fix the terraforming. Just made a solid block instead of just actual dirt. So I'm going to turn this into like a little dockyard kind of thing. That's why I want to do that. It's just this one. We got dirt. Down. Villagers, and eventually. Should be one. Apparently, if you punch the villagers before, like as you're putting them in the tanks, everyone's really not a fan of that. And, so, can't really stand inside here for some reason. That's what it is. Show the current yield. Currently, we have a lot of iron. Makes me happy. So, back up. And as I mentioned, the reason that this is a dockyard kind of thing. The reason I want this to be a dockyard is because this little thing over here is going to end up being my little villager trading area. And I thought it would be neat to go for like a, well, the dockyard idea came independently. I figured, hey, it'd be pretty neat to go next to it and go for like a Pacific log town for Pokemon Emerald kind of thing, where I just floating little town. Each little platform has a little section for each kind of villager, so I'd have a little library themed one. I would have one for like toolsmiths and weaponsmiths and all that. And yeah, that's the current idea. So I think current plan for this episode is just build out these platforms a bit and do that. Yeah. It's gonna look to be kind of freeform. I don't think you need a ton of, let's say, like planning for this kind of thing. I'm just gonna let it be. So the first question is how big do these platforms want to be? So I think this is which I think is but yeah, I went off camera as well, did a shit ton of spruce deforestation, just so I can get all this wood. I think it looks best. I think it kind of gives like a water-soaked wood kind of thing. Yeah. And then for the actual platforms, I'm still undecided on the flooring, whether it's just going to be more spruce or if it's going to be like spruce logs. I haven't decided yet. I might also theme it depending on what each villager does. And the question is, I should probably figure out how I'm going to do junctions. A bit. I'm thinking, let's see, because these are 2 wide platforms, and I think that's a good size for this kind of project. Now, you can just kind of do this kind of thing, maybe, and then this goes out. Let's see what this ends up looking like footprint-wise. Okay. I feel like something needs to be in the middle of this. Maybe this is where I can put some, like, logs, or maybe trapdoors? I'm gonna make some trapdoors to see how that looks. Oops, those are... Oops, I need to make more. That doesn't differentiate enough from the planks to be good. It's a little, like, too much, it's a little two-toned kind of deal. And I kind of want this to be a little bit lighter. I originally was experimenting with birch for a lot of this, just because I wanted to try using birchwood, and it didn't end up looking great because it was way too bright. So I also have a shit ton of birch logs in one of my chests now, and I'm thinking maybe, like, stripped birch logs in that spot could be good. Because, like, it's light, but it's not overpowering, and it's, like, a little accent. I'm thinking that could be good. And then for the actual lighting of the place, I haven't decided between, like, street lamps kind of thing, or a, what else could it be? Maybe if I make the, bridges themselves a little wider, I could do some kind of, like, overhang, like, lantern kind of lighting. That could look cool, and I have the iron for it now, definitely. I need to figure out how to make lanterns, though. Because I forget if it's just, like, iron and torches, or if it's other shit. Yeah. We had a shit ton of snow hit my campus today. And they didn't cancel classes, which is a shame. But I feel like they never do, and I need to stop having hope that they will. It is what it is, though. Let's see. Let's just bring all that. But yeah, thankfully I live on campus, so it's not an issue, but I still had to go into work, which sucked. It is what it is. My job's not that bad, though. It's part-time. It's just my internship from the summer. It's not that bad. I'm not going to say much more about it, but it's an enjoyable project, and I feel like I'm helping the world in some way, which is important in a job. Like, I don't want to just solve problems that don't mean anything. I want to actually do things with my degree eventually. But I have another year to worry about that, so I'm using it too. Alright. Pass that man. Let's see how these strict birch logs look here. I think they look pretty good. It's a little too bright, I feel like. Also, I think I am going to, what is it called? Make this 3-wide. I think that's probably the way to do this. Chop down all these spores. Bit by bit. Which is gonna suck, but whatever. Oops. Honestly, I kind of like how that looks. So I may just strip it at certain points, make it look more textured. Because, like, the wood could be stripped at the bottom, because it's, like, weathered from all the water and shit going through it. Whereas the top parts are not as weathered. I might do that. That sounds cool. I'll see how it looks. Worst case, I just turn like, slabs out of it. I think I just did it again. Could be interesting to maybe play with gradients with these birch logs I have now, but I don't think I'm going to go into that level of detail. This also lets me experiment a bit with what could be in the middle block. Because currently it's just spruce planks, and I don't think that's an issue. But it could be cool to differentiate a little bit. Eventually. And then let's do that. I'm gonna need to break those down. I saw a, I think it's a video that a lot of people have seen at this point, but it was a video of a guy going through his survival world's rail network, and it's kind of inspired me to take on this world a bit differently than other ones I've done recently, where it just kind of dies out after a bit. I'm trying to put an actual like story into it, so I have a reason to keep playing. It's like when I do an older world, I would just build crazier and crazier redstone builds, and I would get bored of that because I didn't want to make a world eater or something silly like that. Whereas now, with this world, I'm just kind of enjoying the game, as silly as that sounds, but I'm just playing the game in a more low-key, kind of low-pace state. And it's been nice. I'm trying to think what else I could put in here. Could also be like a... Oops. Could also just not be a square in the middle. A star kind of thing. Like that. And then some kind of glowstone in the middle here. I'd have to go get glowstone. Maybe sea... No, I don't have sea lanterns yet, and I don't have silk touch, and I don't really feel like doing guardian stuff. Shroom light? Maybe? Some kind of light emitting black here I think would look good. Before I get too much further on that, I should not have left all... Oh, wait, I still have coal. I'll be fine. So, let's go ahead and craft up some... I'm going to go ahead and try something I said I was going to do. If I can craft, Jesus. Let's make a bunch of torches. And then where's my boat? There it is. I'm gonna go get some iron, make some lanterns, and also some fences. I'm gonna try these little overhead bridges. One of the nice things about this build, this iron farm actually, is I'm like 99% sure the reason I'm doing all these pathways is because of spawn limiting, and it makes spawning. Let me turn that down, Jesus. In the actual pit itself, so I think that's a cool way to optimize it. Only have to burn through like one iron shovel, so it's pretty nice. It'd be funny to just see one of these beds, but then I'd say my spawn point in the fucking villager cage. I really don't want to do that, so let's go back here. Hello, creeper. We're just gonna chill over there. Because I think what I want to just do mostly this episode is make the bridges themselves. So I'm gonna get rid of some shit I don't need. I can collapse that. I need to make some storage. Just for the area. Okay, that should be enough to keep for now. Let's not do all of that. Yeah, that should be fine. And let's make some lanterns. And also some fences. Eventually. As I'm thinking, we go 1 block higher for sure, though. Let's see. 1 block higher. See how this looks. I don't like the arch thing. I don't love the arch. Let's just make it a bit lower. See how that looks. I don't mind that. I might do logs all the way up, though, if I'm going to do this. See how that ends up looking. In that case, I probably didn't need as many fences as I made. Well, I think I will eventually. It's just a matter of making a lot of them around, so I'll have to make a decent size build. Which, I mean, I was planning on doing, so... Oh no, I have to make the build larger. Woe is me. How does that look? I don't mind that. Maybe I'll do the fences on the top layer and leave the rest. Nah. This is an opportunity to use stairs. That's an idea. See how that looks. I do it on the other side too. I don't mind that. I'm gonna stick with it. I think I'm getting too picky. So I'm just gonna stick with this for the build. And if I really hate it in the end, I will change it. But for now, it will do just fine. Done it to myself. Damn. Yeah. Oh, it's missing slabs on the top for sure, actually. Let's do that. Oops. Super missing this. Maybe stairs in the middle to replace that fence. I'm just gonna walk away from this and see how it looks just in the world. I'm boating up to it. How does this look? I feel like that's such a stark difference. Maybe these logs can go 1 more up. I feel like that could look goofy. I need to build things look goofy though. I need to fucking build. Oops. That looks gross. Jeez. I could also do chains to break it up. I don't know why I didn't think of that in the first place. Instead of doing fences. They are expensive as shit, but thankfully I have an iron farm. So it does not matter if I do chains or not. Jesus, chains are so expensive. It's absurd. I think it's simplicity is king here. little too simple. I'm thinking these are just too grand in general. Maybe. Take this all down. And I don't know why I abandoned the idea of just doing a like silly lamppost. But having just a little overhead lamppost I think could look nice. It's also a lot nicer on the resources. Yeah, my only complaint on this is I want it to be like one wider over here. Did I lose? There it is. No, I don't like the asymmetry. Yeah, I don't run my head into it. I'm gonna stick with this. Just keep building and just do what I need to do. Yeah, that'll do. In time, I will figure out what I want to do with this thing, but for now, I'm just gonna keep building it out. I do think it'll be like a glow eventually, which I think will look good. Today's drink of the day is the Ghost Green. It's very yummy, and I got it in a 4-pack at Kroger. Just because it's very yummy, and I'm addicted to caffeine, so if I'm addicted to caffeine, I may as well get something that tastes good. I have to let it live for a little bit. So I'm thinking first little area could be like here type of deal. It'd be cool to eventually connect it to that island, but I'm gonna let that idea live in the back burner for a bit. And let's make some signs just so I can label things as to what they will be later. That is important. Signs. Fantastic. This area, I'm gonna do toolsmiths and weaponsmiths here, and also armorsmiths, I guess. I think those are. I don't think there's any other ones. I guess Fletcher's over here too. So I'll do this as kind of like a. Try to think of how I could style something like that. It could just be as simple as a 4 corners kind of thing. So I can make this area pretty big. Also need to figure out how to enclose the villagers so they don't fucking swim off. And then I could have like a tiny little area here where it's like masons or something. I like that. That's fair. Masons over there. Okay, I'm starting to like that. I think that looks good. So, I need to pull up a list of all the villagers eventually. To figure out which ones are good for what. I'm gonna turn on the music again. I keep forgetting how low to turn it. Sometimes I turn it off to just like listen to YouTube videos or some shit. Okay, so we got toolsmiths over here. I like that. Masons here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I could do like an animal-based one, so I can go this way. Do that. I'm thinking this is a little like the dock. Well, no, the dock makes more sense to be over like here-ish, I think. I am kind of worried about this ending up just being like a generic village or trading area with just a bunch of boxes and stuff. Like quote-unquote houses, just to look like a little log village, but I don't think I'm gonna have that issue. I think this will do nice. So, speaking of, I need more logs. Nuggets up. Carry these. Because somewhere over here-ish, I want to do kind of like all the animal-related ones, like shepherd and butcher, all that stuff. Leather worker too, I guess. So yeah, this will be kind of like man-made products area. Books. This will be animal stuff. Over here, I'm thinking it'll be librarians, cartographers. So yeah, I'm gonna. And then this will be the dock area. It'll be cool eventually to build like boats and shit out here. That is a later view problem. Maybe those can hold like my. I don't know. It'd be a challenge to make a boat hold a farm, but it's kind of like the challenge I want this world to live for. Just doing stuff like that. I'm just gonna continue building this out in just a random way. Not worrying too much about the rigidity of it. So, 5. Eventually, this needs to be like a little grass area. So I will go get dirt in a bit. Because this needs to be like a little grass pen kind of thing, I'm thinking. And there could be like actual animals and shit here too. Because that'd be fun. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. Like, I'll have this be leather workers. Because this also could just turn into like an open air market, but it's just floating. Okay. I'm gonna do something out here. This is okay. These are starting to grow on me a bit. Yeah, they're starting to grow on me. I still don't love them, but they're starting to grow on me. Okay, cool. I'm gonna keep working on this, but I think I'm just gonna cut the video off here. We're getting to 30 minutes, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully by then I will have this finished with a lot of villagers in it, with some good trades, and maybe something else to show y'all.